Good morning, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to the Stick in California. This is Inside Pitch. The 1964 One and Gone tournament continues. This is game number 15, and it features the number 15 Chicago Cubs taking on the number 7 San Francisco Giants. Taking a look at the bracket, you can see that we got games 15 and 16 scheduled for today. Pittsburgh and St. Louis will be later. And already the Milwaukee Braves and the Cleveland Indians have made it into the semifinals of this tournament. This should be a fun tournament. For a game, I believe, the Chicago Cubs got to here by upsetting the Philadelphia Phillies 3-2, and San Francisco pretty much shut out the Los Angeles Angels in their game. So we should have a good matchup today here at Candlestick Park. We got today's pitchers is Bob Buhl for the Cubs and Gaylord Perry for the Giants. It was a kind of a toss-up between Perry and another pitcher. I decided to go with Perry. The ERAs were very close, and although Perry had only 19 starts since 1964, but it was close enough for me to take Perry to put him on there for the Giants. Plus, I think you get a better game with these two here. So I'm hoping you guys. So I'm coming for you guys and joining us for today. For those of you who are going to watch this now, thank you for joining me. And for ones who'll catch this on the stream on a replay later, we'll see what happens. So join me here for some baseball. Let's get to look here. Starting pitcher for the 1964 San Francisco Giants, as I said, is Gaylord Perry. He was 12-11 with a 2.75 ERA that year in 64. Steeler fan 1933 joins me here at Candlestick Park for a little morning baseball. Let's get right to it. Top of the first. And I'll introduce the players as they come to the plate. Second baseman Joey Amalfitano will lead off for the 1964 Chicago Cubs. The Giants have colors are black, orange, and white. So we'll use the black dye, white dye, and the red for the main colors for today. Let's get to some action. Let's play some ball. Gaylord Perry will start it off with a 2-4, a possible hit by pitch, +1, and Amalfitano's in a 10, which makes it 11, but a 17 too high. So Amalfitano will swing. He gets a 3-1 and he flies out to left. That will bring up center fielder Billy Cowan. Perry, 1-6 strikeout. Candlestick Park is -1 to strikeouts in this game. Against a righty, that's a 17, and Cowan definitely goes down with a 4. And now left fielder Billy Williams. Forever Maine 90 joins us here at Candlestick Park for this game between the Cubs and the Giants. Perry, 3-1, range play at the ballpark. Williams for Candlestick Park, 3-5, and that is a possible home run to the opposite field. And Billy Williams, there's no home run check there. Billy Williams against a righty is a 19. That is a 10. There's no range play on that. Billy Williams blasts a home run. He blasts that into left field. That is a binger for Williams. Opposite field home run for Billy Williams, and the Cubs jump out 1-0 on a dinger. No range play because that is a home run. And now here is third baseman Ron Santo with 2 outs. 5-1, and that is a possible error on a throw. Santo 6-6. That is going to be a double to right field. So Santo gets himself a base hit. So Gaylord Perry gets 2 strikeouts. Then he gets 2 quick outs. Then a home run by Williams. And now a double by Santo. Runner on second. And now here's first baseman Ernie. Let's play 2 Banks with still 2 outs. Perry with the pitch. 3-6. That's a blank. Ernie Banks 1-6, and he lines out to third. And that ends the inning. But a run for the Cubs on a couple of hits. And they lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Scoring runs quick is one way to immediately get move through this tournament. Starting pitcher for the 1964 Chicago Cubs will be Bob Buhl, 15-14 with a 3.83 ERA. He gets the call in this matchup. Leading off for the 64 Giants will be right fielder Jesus Alou. 4-2, that is a blank. Alou, 1-1, he grounds out to third. Second baseman Hal Lanier. 2-2, strikeout possibility of 5, and against a righty that becomes a 6. The 5 is still good. He strikes out Lanier. Center fielder, say hey, Willie Mays. I still say the best overall player in baseball history. Best overall, that is. 1-6, a wild pitch is disregarded. 1-3, possible home run for Willie Mays. That's a 20, and I don't have to roll the die on that. Willie Mays smacks one himself. That one is hit high. That one is hit deep. And yes, people, say hey, Willie. It is gone. Do not have to roll the die on that one. Willie Mays hits home runs from left or the right. He had 47 in 1964. And Willie Mays says, okay, there, Billy Williams, I'll show you how I do it. And we are tied at 1. So say hey, Willie. Aces wild on the scoreboard. Still 2 outs. And here is the left fielder, a young Willie McCovey. Buhl will pitch. 6-1, that is a blank. McCovey, 2-6, and he grounds out to first. 1 run on 1 hit for the Giants on a dinger by Mays. And we are tied at 1 at the end of 1. Some early fireworks in this game. Top of the second. Coming up for the Cubs will be right fielder Len Gabrielson. 6-2 on Perry's card as a blank. 3-3, he flies out the left. Here is the catcher, Dick Bertel. 5-2, strikeout possibility. A 10 will do it. That's a strikeout on Bertel. Even with the minus at Candlestick. Shortstop Andre Rogers for the Cubbies. 1-3, and that's a strikeout plus 10. That's a 22 when Rogers goes down. Gaylord Perry throws a couple of spitballs and gets the job done. Gaylord Perry was a master of the spitter. Bottom of the second, still tied at 1. And here is Orlando Cepeda, first baseman, leading off for the Giants. What a heart of the order for the Giants in 64. Mays, McCovey, and Cepeda. Even though McCovey was young, but still, 3 straight Hall of Famers in the middle of a Giants lineup. That's powerful. The Giants finished with 90 wins and 72 losses. The Cubs were 76 and 86 in 1964. Bob Buhl with the pitch. That is a 1-6. Wild pitch is disregarded. 6-2, strikeout possibility. And that is a 20. There's no strikeout. Cepeda will swing 4-3, and he flies out to center. Here is James Hart, Jim Ray Hart. He is at third base today. Bob Buhl, 6-4, blank. Jim Ray Hart, 1-4. That is a ball hit to right field. That is a 12 against a righty. And that is going to be a double for Jim Ray Hart. He will hold at second base. And that will bring up the catcher, Tom Haller, with 1 out. The infield will stay normal. Buhl's pitch, 6-2, strikeout possibility. That is an 8, -1 is a 7. That is a 1, and he strikes out Haller. And that is the second out. And here is Jose Pagan. Pagan got injured for the rest of the game in the game again against the Los Angeles Angels, pretty much on the last play of that game. Last batter of the game, but he was fine, so he will return. Runner on second for the G-men. Let's see. No really attempt. Didn't stroll strat. See if anything strat. Nope. Not going to bunt with 2 outs. Buhl, 3-1, and that is a strikeout. 11 -1 is a 10. That's a 22 high. Pagan gets a chance to swing. 3-2, and he singles into center field for a base hit. Jim Ray Hart, his base running rating is a 3. And a single to center, you add, to get to second to home, you add +2. It's a 5. With 2 outs, it becomes a 6. The center fielder is Cowan's. His arm rating is a +2, which is an 8. So Jim Ray Hart, there's no throw. He will automatically score from second. And the Giants now lead it 2-1. And that will bring up the pitcher, Gaylord Perry. He batted .054 in 1964. Anything going on with the strat? 18. He's not bunting with 2 outs. It's a very interesting story about Gaylord Perry. They always said maybe one day Perry would hit a home run. Gaylord Perry actually said one day the day I hit a home run is the day they put the man on the moon. In 1969, Gaylord Perry hit that home run as soon as it landed. Pretty much as soon as it landed, Gaylord Perry hit that home run. A very interesting story about Perry. Here's the pitch from Buhl, and that is a 1-6. That's a possible wild pitch. A 7 will do it. Pagan will go to second. Wild pitch, and now Perry, and now they'll do it again. Buhl will pitch 4-1, and there's a walk, and a 6 is going to, even with a +3 rating here at Candlestick Park, the 6 is still too high. So Perry gets a chance to swing. 3-1, and he strikes out. The Giants do get 1 run on a couple of hits, and at the end of 2, the Giants now lead it 2-1. Top of the inning number 3. Leading off for the Cubs will be their pitcher, Bob Buhl. 2-3 on Perry's card. That's a strikeout, and that's a definite strikeout. Don't really have to roll on that. It's 26, so Buhl goes down on strikes quickly. 3rd straight strikeout for Perry. That spitball is working very well. Here's Joey Amalfitano. 2-6, and against the righty, that is a blank, not a homer. 6-1, fly out to center. Two down. There's Billy Cowan. Perry 1-6, strikeout, 8, and that is a 5, and that's a definite strikeout. That is strikeout number 5 for Gaylord Perry. He had 155 in 64, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Cubs. Bottom of the 3rd, Jesus Alou will lead off for the Giants. 4-2, Buhl's card as a blank. Alou, 2-2, he grounds out to second. 2-2, what do you do, Jesus Alou? But he just grounds out 2-2, I should say. Here's Hal Lanier, as Al Red Sox fan would say, 2-2, how do you do? Bob Buhl, 3-4, that's a blank. Lanier, 3-3, single past second base. That is a base hit. Lanier holds it first. That will bring up Say Hey Willie. He hit a home run earlier. Anything on Strat? A 4. Nothing happening. Infield half. DJ John 4444 says hello from the left coast. Bob Buhl pitches 4-2. That is a blank. Willie Mays 2-4. And against a righty, that is a ground ball to short. Double play 2 plus 1 is 3. None from Buhl. The second baseman for the Cubs is Amalfitano -1 on a pivot. So a 1-2, they'll turn the double play. It's a 5. Lanier will be thrown out at second, but Mays will be safe at first. That's the second out on a fielder's choice. And now here is McCovey. Anything going on, Strat? A 19, McCovey not bunting. Infield back to normal. Bob Buhl will pitch. 2-4. That is a blank against the lefty. Willie McCovey 4-3, and he grounds out to first. Nothing for the Giants. There was a hit. They lead it 2-1 going into the fourth. Who will move on to the semifinals here in my 1964 one and gone? Here is Billy Williams leading off for the 64 Cubs. He smacked the dinger his first time up. Perry's pitch, 4-3. That is a walk possibility. 18 is going to be too high. Williams, 5-3. He grounds out to second. Ron Santo will come up, Hall of Famer. 4-6, blank. Santo, 2-6. A ball hit to center field. That is a 15. And against a righty, that is a 15. That is going to be just above the triple rating, which means Santo flies out to center. A long fly ball deep to center, but Willie Mays will track that down at the track. Second out. And now here is Let's Play 2, Ernie Banks, which I am going to play 2. The second game will be later. He had the right idea. 1-3, strikeout plus 10 becomes a 9. Strikeout plus 10 becomes a 19. -1 is an 18, and Ernie Banks does not strike out. So he does get to swing. A 5-6, and he singles past the third baseman for a hit. In this case, Candlestick Park helped Ernie Banks. And now Len Gabrielson. Anything on Strat? A 9, nothing happening. Infield will be normal for the Giants. Perry's pitch, 5-1, possible error on a throw. Gabrielson, 2-6, and that is a single into past the third baseman. That is past the first baseman. That is a base hit. That's going to probably be an infield hit. The ball is hit to Cepeda. His error rating is a 9. That's a 2, and there is going to be an error on the throw. Now, first thing we got, going to be an error on the throw. It is a throwing error. So let's see how this works. Infield single with 1 extra base advancement on bad throw. Otherwise, everyone only gets 1 base. So it's an infield single with 1 extra base advancement on a bad throw. But first, it is a base hit. So let's first find out if Ernie Banks gets to third. We already know there's an error. So we know Banks automatically goes to third, and Gabriel goes to second on a bad throw. Banks' base running rating is a 2. So let's see how we work this out. So to get from second to home on this, because that's where it would be, I think he scores. S3 have to be a 4. Base running rate is a 3. No, Ernie Banks, he does not get the extra base, so he does not score. So it's runners at second and third with 2 outs. That is an E3 for Gabrielson. And the first error on the Giants. Batter now will be Dick Bertel. And give me a timeout for a moment. I really want to check that. It is a base hit. It's definitely a single. It's definitely a single three. On a failed error check, infield single throw. So infield throw, infield single with one extra base advancement on bad throw. Otherwise, everyone only gets one base. All right, so really, he wouldn't have scored anyway. I forget that, because in that case, then it's an infield single. So he wouldn't have scored anyway. So Bertel has a chance with runners at second and third for the Cubs here. 2 outs. Let's see anything on Strat. 8, nothing happening. Infield is normal. Gaylord Perry, 5-2. And that is a strikeout possibility. A 3, he gets Bertel on strikes. So the error doesn't hurt. No runs, a hit, and an error. Bottom of the fourth coming up. Giants still leading 2-1. Because an error on a throw, it's an infield single. Is how the chart is reading that. At least I hope so. If anybody finds out if I'm wrong, please let me know. And let me know if I should, what I should do first in that case. Should I first see if the runner advances to the next base and then apply the throwing error? Because if that's the case, well, although he didn't get the next base, in order to get from first to third on a single, he would have to be a 2. But he would have done that, though. Maybe he did score. I don't know. I'm actually not so sure on that. Give me one timeout, guys. Let me check something out. Give me a timeout. I know you're looking at the board. Just give me a timeout. And I'm going to check something here on the annotated rules for this thing. For the throwing errors. Because that gets me a little bit. Give me a second here. On a throwing error, check for throwing error on the fielder. If there's a possible double play chance, check also. Okay, now if it's a single, which it is, so you go to 4. It's a single 4. So infield single, and infielder throws ball away to allow the batter to advance to second. All other runners advance 2 bases. If no error occurs, all runners advance 1 base. Okay, fine. But that doesn't tell me if, well, we allow the batter to advance to second, all other runners advance 2 bases. If no error occurs, all runners advance only 1 base. But it doesn't tell me if it's a single. I'll have to ask that question. I'm going to ask that question in the forums. I'll do that, but I will do that later. Meanwhile, let's get back to the game. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to say that was the runner. I'm going to follow the rule that says there, and I'm going to say that he does not score. It's 2-1. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Bob Buhl will pitch to Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda flew out his last time up. Buhl, 4-1. Walk possibility of 2, and he does. Cepeda draws a walk. And now Jim Ray Hart will bat. He had a double his last time up. Anything on Strat? That is an 18. Bunt rating of 2. Nothing happening. Infield halfway. 3-6. Question mark. Double question mark. A 12. A 12 is going to be too high for either one of those. That's a blank. James Hart, 4-4. Starline 6. He flies out to right. So that is 1 out. Runner stays. And here is Tom Haller. Strat roll says 15. Nothing happening. Haller will take a pitch. Buhl, 4-2. That's a blank. Haller, 5-1. Starline 3. That's a ground ball to third. Double play rating is a 2. +1 is a 3. Second baseman is the pivot man on a ground ball to third, which would be a Malfitano -1. So it is a 1-2. They'll turn the double play. They do not. Cepeda is out. His base running rating is a 3, but you subtract 1 from the base running rating from that fielder, so he is out. Haller gets to first base on a fielder's choice. And now Jose Pagan. Anything on Strat? You got a 2. No, you're not going to hit and run with 2 outs. Infield is back to normal. Buhl's pitch, 1-4, wild pitch possibility. That's 11. A possible pass ball. Bertel's pass ball rating is a 3 or lower. He doesn't make the play. That is a pass ball. It's a 6. So Haller goes to second. Pass ball on Bertel. And we'll do it again. Again, the strat roll die says a 9. Nothing happening. 4-2 on Buhl's card. That is a blank. Pagan, 1-3. He grounds one right back to Buhl, and that will end the inning. Nothing for the Giants at all. No runs, no hits. So it was a walk and fielder's choice, and that's it. The end of 4. San Francisco leads the Cubbies 2-1. Let's go to the top of the 5th. Andre Rogers will bat for Chicago. 2-2, strikeout possibility. 17 is going to be too high. Rogers, 3-5, and he flies out the left. Against a right-hander, he flies the left. Here's the pitcher, Bob Buhl. Perry, 3-4. That's a blank. Buhl, 3-6. He flies out the right. He batted .096 in 1964 for the Cubs. And now Joey Amalfitano. Perry, 6-1. That's a walk, and a 9's going to do it. Even with a +3 rating at walk for at Candlestick Park, Amalfitano will take a trot down to first base. 2-out walk. Batter is Cowan. Anything going on? A 14. Nope. Perry will pitch. 2-4. Possible hit by pitch. And a +1 and 1 is a 2, but a 3. Cowan just ducks. Ducks out the way, and now he swings. 6-6, and he singles into left field for a base hit. Amalfitano is a -2 for him to get over to third. 4 -2, +1 here becomes a 3. The ball is hit to left field. McCovey has a no arm rating. So a 1-3, Amalfitano will get to third base. It is a 5. He does not, so he has to hold at second. Base hit for Cowens. And now a chance for Billy Williams, who already has a dinger in this game. 2. Amalfitano, there's no hit and run, or he's not going to steal. 4-3 on Perry's card. Walk possibility, that's a 3. He walks Williams. And now the Cubs have the bases loaded. Bases are loaded for Ron Santo, not the guy you want to be pitching with the bases juiced. We'll see if Perry makes a good pitch. See if he spits up that ball really good. Anything on the strat roll? 11, no. Perry will throw the spitball. Let's see what he gets. 5-3, and that is a walk. That is a 5. And he walks Santo, and then he walks in a run. He walks in Amalfitano, and the merry-go-round turns. And we are tied at 2. Gaylord Perry has those strikeouts, but he gives up a bunch of walks in this one. It's a 2-2 tie here on the top of the 5th. And now, another guy you don't want at bat in this situation, and that's Let's Play 2, Ernie Banks. Base is still juiced. Check the strat roll. A 12, nothing happening. Perry's pitch, 2-4. A possible hit by pitch, +1. 3 is a 4, and he plunks Ernie Banks Are you kidding me? He hits Ernie Banks. 3 + 1 4, a 1 on the die. Perry hits Banks, a hit by pitch, and brings in another run. And you got to think that was not intentional. Cowan will score. The merry-go-round turns again. And the Cubs have now taken the lead 3-2 on one hit, 3 walks, and a hit batsman. And still 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Here's Len Gabrielson. They're going to go talk to Gaylord Perry for a minute and settle his butt down. Now Gabrielson, the batter. Anything on the strat roll? A 9, nothing. See if Perry can get out of this jam. 5-3 on his card. That is another walk possibility. And against the righty, 9 + 3 is a 12. That's an 11. He walked Gabrielson. Candlestick Park does not help Perry in on that. Williams will come in to score. And the merry-go-round turns again. And it's now 4-2. And I'm going to check to see if Perry gets pulled. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's got down to 3 left on that. 4-2 Cubs. Now Dick Bertel. San Francisco bullpen is getting ready. I think if he walks another batter or anything like that, I have no choice. I got to pull him. Bertel has struck out twice. Anything on the strat roll? That's a 6, nothing. Perry pitches. 4-5. Possible error. Oh, boy. Possible error. Bertel. 1-5. Starline 5. A ground ball to second base. Lanier is the second baseman. His error rating is a 6. That is a 6. It's an error. And the Giants are unraveling here. That is an E4. As he boots the ball. E6. Runners will only advance 1 base. So Santo comes in to score. Ernie Banks will go to third. Gabrielson to second. Bertel to first. It's now 5-2 Cubs. And I have to take Perry out. I got no choice. And the thing that he was due to bat. He was due to bat first in the bottom of the 5th inning. Oh, do I really want to take Perry out right now? The batter is Andre Rogers. Am I leaving him in too long? E6. That is another error on the Giants. They're second. As Lanier couldn't make the play. Andre Rogers is going to bat. And I'm going to leave Perry in there for just one more. That was an error. I'm not going to blame that on Perry. But I don't know. I might not be managing this game pretty well. Bases loaded still. 2 outs. Anything on strat? A 10. Nothing. Perry will pitch. 3-6. That's a blank. Rogers. 2-6. And he pops out to short. And that finally ends this inning. The Cubs get 4 runs on only 1 hit. 1, 2, 3, 4 walks, a hit batsman, and an error. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Cubs lead it 5-2. Not a very good inning for any baseball team. Jeez. That was wacky. Gaylord Perry was due to bat, and he's coming out. And here comes Bob Buhl. He'll come on and pitch. Probably see a lefty for the Giants in this situation. And it will be Mattialou will come into bat for the Giants. So that's it for Perry. Bottom of the fifth inning, Cubs lead 5-2 as the Giants totally unraveled there. Oh, by the way, stadium groans. Ugh. And speaking of stadium groans, by the way, I got some History Maker golf coming up a little later. We got a tournament this weekend qualifying. Got qualifying for the Rockin' Robin Open this weekend. Tournament number 2 in my History Maker golf tour. The RJL tour. So join me for that. We got qualifying. Holes 1 through 9 will be tomorrow. Holes 10 through 18 will be Sunday. Bob Buhl will pitch. Let's get back to baseball. 6-5. Strikeout, 17 too high. Alou will swing 4-3, and he singles a pinch hit, base hit, past third. And now Jesus Alou will come up. Infield half. Strat die says 11. Nothing happening. Matt, Jesus, let's see. Bob Buhl 6-1. That is a blank. Jesus Alou 3-2. Starline 3. Grounds 1 to third. Double play rating is a 2. +1 is a 3. Second baseman pivot man for the Cubs is Malfitano. It's a -1. A 1 to 2. It'll be a double play. And they turn it. 3-2-1 double play, 2 outs. And now Hal Lanier, who made that big error, which allowed the Cubs to get an extra run. 6-4 on Buell's card. He is not tired. That's a blank. Lanier, 2-2, and against the righty, he grounds out to second base, and that'll do it. No runs. There was a hit. And at the end of 5, the Cubs lead it 5-2. As Giants fans are wondering what went wrong. They may be putting the blame on me. Maybe I should have taken Perry out a long time ago, but I don't know. They're probably right on that. Top of the 6th inning, and Bob Buhl is the batter for the Cubs. We need a pitcher for the Giants, obviously. He is a righty. We got 3 rights coming up, so the Giants will probably bring in a right-hander to pitch. Let's see who they have. And they're going to bring in Jim Duffalo. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Duffalo will pitch to Buhl, leading off the top of the 6th. Hits with errors are just that, a hit with additional advancement due to an error. I know, that's the annotated rules. You are correct. My thing is this, though. That doesn't ask the question. If it's a hit with an error, I got to find out, do I do the error first? Because there's a base runner advancement. So I got to find out what's done first. If it's a hit, so do I do the base running advancement first, then the error? Like I said, it didn't answer that question. I'm going to put that in the forums. I'll check it. Thanks for letting me know. I do have the annotated rules on my other website, on the website, but I got to find that out first. Is the base running advancement done first, then connect the error? Because it's a single, it's a hit. So I got to find out if the base runner advances 2 bases or 1 base. I got to find that out. I will ask. Duffalo will pitch 3-5, range play at the ballpark. 2-4, that's a star line 5. It's a ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Pagan. His range is a 2. He will make that play. 1 out. Nice play by Pagan. So that is a ground out. Top of the batting order for the Cubs, here's Amalfitano. 3-6. Strikeout +10 becomes an 18. Amalfitano definitely goes down. And now Billy Cowan. 5-6. That is a walk. A 20 is too high. Cowan 2-4, and he singles into center field. A base hit for Cowan. That's his second hit of the game. Now Billy Williams. Stretch die says 14, nothing happening. 2 outs. 4-6, strikeout plus 10 becomes a 17. That's a 7 on the die. He strikes out Billy Williams, and that will do it. No runs and a hit for the Cubs. They still lead it 5-2, though. Maybe that was the game's way of, because I took a base runner, a score away from the Cubs, and maybe that was the dice's way of telling me, no, you didn't do that right. Should have been a score. I don't know. Bottom of the 6th inning, Bob Buhl will continue to pitch. He's still not tired yet. Willie Mays will bat bottom of the 6th. One 6 wild pitch is disregarded. 1-4, another wild pitch is disregarded. 2-2, strikeout. A 12 is going to be too high. Willie Mays, 6-1, fly out the left. Here is Willie McCovey. Buhl, 3-4. That's a blank. McCovey, 5-2. Ground out to the pitcher. 2 down. Orlando Cepeda. 4-6. Possible error. Cepeda 2-1. That is a single. That's a single to the first baseman. And that's Ernie Banks. His error rating is a 4. That's a 12. There's not going to be an error, but Cepeda does get the first. That is a base hit. Banks didn't make that many errors. So pretty much he has a 20% chance of making an error if it calls for him on an error. Here is James Hart, runner on first, and still rolling strat. That is a 13, nothing happening. Infield is normal. Buhl, 4-3. That's a star line. They'll get out of this jam. And that's a ground ball to first, and that will do it. No runs and a hit for the Giants. At the end of 6, it's still 5-2 Cubs. Cubs looking to pull off the upset. Top of the 7th coming up. Duffalo still can pitch to a few batters, and Ron Santo leads off. 4-5 on Duffalo's card. Strikeout 15 is going to be too high. Santo, 6-1 singles, past third for a base hit. Santo's second hit of the night, third time he's been on base. And now Ernie Banks. Let's see. 3 plus 7 is 10. And my rolling strat. Let's see. I think it has to be, is it greater than 10 or is it 10? I think it's 10. Give me a second here. Time out. Plus the inning is greater than 10. Okay, so you're still rolling strike. So it's got to be 11 or higher. That's a 13, nothing happening. Infield halfway. Duffalo's pitch, 5-5. Strikeout, a 3 will do it. He strikes out Ernie Banks. And Len Gabrielson. Thing on strat, 10, nothing happening. Duffalo, 4-6. Strikeout plus 10. And that'll definitely do it. That turns Gabrielson's 9 into a 19. He strikes out Gabrielson, 2 down. Duffalo is now tired. See if he can get one more out. There's Dick Pertel. That's a 12, nothing happening. Duffalo, 4-2. Strikeout, 17 is too high. Bertel, 6'3". He lines out to short, and that'll do it. Nothing for the Cubs. They do get a hit, and they still have a 5-2 lead. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Buhl is not tired. He will be tired after the 3rd batter. And they're going to let, and he bats second in the 8th, so they're going to try to see if he can go. Tom Haller leads off for the 64 Giants. 6-1, that is a blank on Buhl's card. Haller, 2-1, he grounds out to short. Here's Jose Pagan. 2-1. And that is a possible error on a throw. Pagan, 6-4. And that's going to be a single to right field. Single into right field. And that is Gabrielson. His error rating is a 4. That's a 9. There won't be an error. Although you only will have counted that on a runner advancement. But Pagan's on base. Second hit of the night for Pagan. We'll see a pinch hitter for Duffalo as he is done. Probably bring up a lefty for the Giants. Not much of a choice in lefty. I might have to go to a right-handed batter. And that is what we're going to do. We're going to bring up Harvey Keene. He will bat against Buhl. Pagan on it first. Bottom of the 7th, 5-2. Giants need runs. That is an 8. Nothing happening. Bob Buhl will pitch. 4-1. Walk, 15 against the righty. That's going to be too high. +3 makes that a 13, a 15 on the die. Keene gets a chance to hit. That is a 2-3, and he singles into left field for a base hit. Pinch hit for Keene. Pagan's base running rating is a 3. In order to get to first base, you become -2. Williams' arm rating is a 0. The only way Pagan can get there is on a 1. And it's a 2, and he will hold at second. And now the Giants are in business. And the batter is Jesus Alou. And I think that's going to be it for Buhl, as he is going to be tired now. He is done. So we will see a new pitcher for the Cubs. So I'll remove a pitcher there. See who the Cubs want to bring in. Next pitcher is due to bat second. So let's see who they're going to bring in to pitch. They're going to bring in Wayne Scher. Scher will come in to pitch. Runners at first and second, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. A big opportunity for the Giants to get back in this game. Jesus Alou is the batter. Strat roll says 16. Not with a 4. Nope, nothing happening. Infield is back to halfway. The Cubs playing for the DP. Scher's pitch. 3-4. Strikeout. A 6. That's a 5. -1 is a 4. No strikeout. Alou gets the swing. 2-4. And it's a star line 5, and he grounds one to first. Double play rating is a 2. Nothing there. Halfway is 3. When you ground out to first, it's a right-handed batter. So the shortstop is the pivot guy. And that would be Rogers, -1 on his pivot rating. So only a 1-2, they're going to turn a double play. They get a 3. So Pagan is safe at third. They're going to get Keene out because his base running rating becomes a 2. Oh no, it becomes a 2, and Alou is safe at first. So there's 2 outs, but runners to the corners. Fielder's choice. And now Hal Lanier with 2 outs. Infield normal. Got a good matchup going on here, but the Giants are running out of outs. Sure will pitch. 4-5. Strikeout plus strike against the righty, strikeout plus 10. The right-handed pitcher becomes a 17. He strikes out Lanier. Inning over. No runs. 2 hits for the Giants. They leave 2 big runs. And it is still 5-2 Cubs. We go to the top of the 8th. Andre Rogers will come out to bat for the Cubs. Couple of righties, so the Giants will bring in probably a right-hander. And the pitcher's due to bat first. They're going to bring in Ron Herbel, a starter and reliever he was, but Ron Herbel will come in to pitch for the Giants here in the top of the 8th. Andre Rogers leads off for the Cubbies. 3-6 on Herbel's card. That's at the ballpark. Andre Rogers 1-2. He grounds out to first. Pinch hitter coming in for sure. Probably see a lefty for the Cubs, and it will be Jimmy Stewart. He'll pinch hit. 5-6 on Herbel's card. That is a walk against the righty. 13 plus 3 is 16, and he walks Stewart with the help of Candlestick Park. A 1-out walk, and now Malfitano. No strat roll. The infield halfway. Herbel 2-4. That's a blank. Amalfitano 2-4. That is a ground ball to third. 3 double play rating plus the 1 halfway is a 4. Second baseman will be the pivot man for the Giants, which is Lanier, and he's a -2 pivot rating. Jeez. So it's a 1-2. They turn double play. They do. They still got it. Double plays, side retired. They still got him out. Even with a bad pivot rating from Lanier. Grounds out into the 5-4-3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 5-2 Giants. Herbel will come out, as he has done for the Giants, as the pitcher is due to lead off. Bottom of the 8th. Let's see who the Cubs want to bring in to pitch. And they're going to bring in the right-hander, Freddie Burdette. He will come out and pitch for the Cubs. They'll probably just be setting up for McDaniel for the next inning. Now the Giants will bring out a pinch hitter, and it is going to be Duke Snider. An old Duke Snider. Freddie Burdette with the pitch. 6-4. And that is a hit by pitch possibility. And a 9. Yeah, he plunked him. He got +10. Snider has a 0, but he plunked him. Burdette pitched a very bad pitch, and you plunked Snider, and you put a leadoff man on first base. Not what you want to do. Oh, did I make a mistake? Yes, I did, didn't I? Yep, I did. My bad. My bad. Willie Mays is the batter, not Snider. I had my pitcher card set up. Lanier made the last out, so my bad. Willie Mays is the batter. Geez, I'm not concentrating right now. Forgive me, guys. Which means that the pitcher Ron Herbal is still available. That's okay. So Willie Mays bats first, not Snyder. We'll do this again. I read the above like this. You don't check for runner advancement here. You just take the hit plus the advancement due to the error. All right. I understand. You're probably right. I'm not going to say you're wrong. Absolutely. You're probably right. 5-4. That's a blank. Willie Mays, 5-2. And he star line ones that, and that grounds out to second. So that really didn't matter. So what I really did is I took a base running away. I took a base runner away from the Giants. Here's Willie McCovey. Burdette, 2-5. That's a blank. McCovey, 3-6. And against a right-hander, that is a single past the second baseman for a hit. McCovey gets his first hit of the game. He'll go to first and bring up Orlando Cepeda. Infield halfway. No strat roll. 4-3 on Burdette's card. That's a question mark, and that's a double question mark, but a 4 won't do that, so it's a blank. Cepeda gets a chance to swing. 2-6, he star line 6 it, and he flies out to center for out number 2. And now Jim Hart. Burdette, 4-5. That's another blank. Jim Ray Hart, 3-2. And against a righty, he grounds it right back to Burdette, and that will end the inning. No runs and a hit for the Giants. They are running out of outs. 8 innings in the books, and the Cubs are 3 outs away from upsetting the Giants. We go to the top of the 9th. Herbal will stay out there. Billy Cowan leads off for the Cubs. He is 2 for 4 today. Herbal, 4-6, strikeout, and 18. That's not going to do it. An 18 minus 1 is a 17. Candlestick Park helps out Cowan. He gets to swing, but he grounds out to second. And now Billy Williams. Herbal, 2-6. That's at the ballpark. William, Candlestick Park, 6-3. That's a ball hit to left. That is a 9, and that's going to be a double for Williams. Williams gets his second hit of the game. He homered in the first. And now Ron Santo. One out, runner on second. Giants keeping the base infield normal. Another rainy day here in South Florida. Herbal, 6-6 against a right-hander. That is a possible strikeout, an 8, and that's going to be a strikeout. 9 minus 1 is 8, and this time Candlestick Park helps the Giants a bit there. That's a strikeout. Gets Santo, 2 down. And now Ernie Banks. 1-6, that's a blank. Banks, 2-6. He grounds out to third, and that will do it. No runs and a hit for the Cubs. Bottom of the 9th inning coming up. 9th inning magic awaits. 5-2 Cubs. Game not over yet by any means. We all know how my games go, whether it's inside pitch or payoff pitch. Herbal will come out. He's due to bat third. There'll definitely be a pinch hitter. Cubs are going to go to the closer. And that will be Lindy McDaniel. He will come into close for the Cubs. Leading off for the Giants will be Tom Haller. And he'll bat. McDaniel ready to pitch. 6-5. Possible error. Haller, 3-3. That's a fly ball to right field. The ball is hit to Gabrielson. His error rating is a 4. That's a 9. He'll make the play. One man down. Cubs 2 outs away from eliminating the Giants. Here is Jose Pagan. McDaniel, 3-4. That's an automatic single past the pitcher. That's a base hit. Pagan gets to first. That is Pagan's 3rd hit of the game. He's having a good game tonight. We'll see a pinch hitter for the pitcher due up. The bench, unfortunately, is weak. So I'm going to choose their best hitter, and that's going to be Jim Davenport. That's available. Davenport will bat for the pitcher spot. Pagan on at first. The infield is halfway. Cubs 5, Giants 2, bottom of the 9th. In this 1964 one and gone. McDaniel pitches 2-4. Strikeout possibility of 15 will be too high. Davenport 3-1. Starline 1. Ground ball to second base. Double play rating is a 3. McDaniel, though, is a minus. That becomes a 2. Gets back to a 3. Shortstop Rogers -1 is a 2. So a 1-2, this game is over. And it is. Shortstop to second to first. Cubs win. No runs and a hit for the Giants. That will do it. The Chicago Cubs advance to the semifinals. They knock out the Giants. And pretty might be really probably more my fault than anything else, because I probably didn't take Perry out when I should have, but all he did was walk. So maybe my fault, but the dice rolled that way. What are you going to do? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 6, 7. And of course, a couple of errors on an error on the Giants in the 5th inning didn't help either. For the Cubs, 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. For the Giants, 2 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. Bob Buhl will get the win. Perry takes the loss. And Lindy McDaniel does get a save because the tying run was on deck when it was out, and when the final out was made, and that'll do it. The Chicago Cubs advance to the next round of this one and gone tournament. What an excitement we got! And they will face the winner of the next game coming up later today, which will be the Pittsburgh Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals. That'll be game 16. We'll see that game later, probably this evening. We got some History Maker Golf coming your way soon, too. So be on the lookout for qualifying, and that should be fun as well. Forever Maine 90, DJ John 4444, Steeler Fan 1933. Thank you for joining me here for a little morning to late morning, early afternoon baseball. And we'll see you guys later. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. No drama today. No 9th inning drama today. Take care, everyone. Cubs beat the Giants 5-2. See you guys a little later.